Alright guys, how we doing? Just another rendition of your hole in the wall messy miracle bench. The most talked about everything for the man and on and off the band waving this duck plucker. Nevertheless, here we go guys. Today we got a Yamaha home amplifier. And well, what the problem here is it could be one of a couple of things, but this problem is basically simple. What happens here is alright, hold on. Let me see if I can put the camera up. What happens here is when you I don't know if I can see that there. Okay, what happens here is like a pretty much common problem here. When you turn on the power button, the amp will light up and then shut itself off. Now, as you can see, if it was a high voltage problem, that wouldn't even happen. Now, when you do the factory reset, okay, what it tells you to do is turn it on. It tells you to hold in the channel 6 button and the stereo button simultaneously for 4 seconds, and then turn the amp on. Now, as you can see, the amp is staying on. Now we're going to use the tune in program button to get to number 9. Oh, sorry, wrong one. To number 9 preset. Okay, and we're going to program to the RSRV. Now we're going to turn it off. I don't know, can you see that amp lit up? Yes, you can. Okay, cool. We're going to turn it off. Now, you're to wait 10 seconds before you turn it on. Now, had this been a high voltage problem, I would have never been able to utilize the factory reset functions. Okay? So we know the problem is simple. Let's see. No. There you go. It's turn it on and go off. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove the cover. First, I'm going to take the juice out, unplug it, because you know there is a high voltage power supply in there. Okay, guys. Now, the most common problem in these amplifiers, and what usually solves this problem here, is usually right here, okay? Power supply section. Back here you got these 2 fuses, okay? Excuse me, I got the screws over here for the bag. All the screws to the unit there, because you always try to keep, well, I ain't got to explain. Tech ways. Alright, nevertheless, we get some light on the situation here. It's light, okay. Over here, you can see you have 2 fuses. Okay, you have one fuse there, another fuse there. Okay, you know what? Just for the heck of it, let me show you something here. Okay. Now, what usually causes this problem is usually that one of these 2 fuses happens to be bad. Now, both these fuses I removed, both checked with the bomb. They're both continuity. They're both good fuses. Okay. On the board down here, it looks like we see it could be a capacitor that's bad or a Zener diode, okay? Nevertheless, okay, it's not a high voltage problem. So I guess it's up to play Dr. Poker Show. Now, anybody who's a tech knows that when you're dealing with Yamaha, Marantz, Sansui, and all them other things, first of all, it takes 48 to 72 hours to even get any kind of response from their tech support. And then you really want to hope and pray that, you catch somebody who's in the mood to help the little guy. Because as you know, these cats will not give you any schematics, any PDF, any service manuals if you are not one of their authorized service centers. So, here you got to do what everybody does here. Use your knowledge, your know-how, your little trusty voltmeter, and do what you do. The problem is going to wind up being there, okay? We will, however, test and check the amp section to make sure the voltage regulators are correct. Okay? I believe the voltage regulators are correct, because if they were not, once again, I would have never been able to hold the amp on to take care of the factory reset functions. So we know it's primarily a simple problem. Nevertheless, another rendition of your hole-in-the-wall messy miracle bench, the most talked about eminent Fiat man. And you wonder why? Well, quite a few reasons. Nevertheless, anybody who wishes to know what it takes to repair this kind of equipment, or what you might be facing, check the description section of this video. This will give you a pretty good idea how these problems are rectified. Thank you, and have a blessed day. Pistol Grip 127, Brooklyn, New York. The most talked about, most eminent Fiat man. Don't forget our morning show, NYCMS19 on YouTube. 5 letters, 2 numbers. New York City Morning Show. We're gone.